Star is back with another tablet review from the same company. GAOMON sent me one of their tablets, the S620. It's a very affordable tablet, especially right now because it's on sale because, you know, the holidays and all that. First, let's go into what was in the box. Obviously, you have the driver and / thank you card, the pen and tablet wire, little port converters for phones, a little case for the pen, the tablet with 4 express keys, replacement nibs and metal ring to help replace them, a drawing glove, and of course a manual. I want to start off by saying the things that I'm actually not sure about. Like, I'm not sure if it has tilt because I didn't actually test it for that. And apparently the tablet works with Android, but I don't have an Android phone, so I wasn't able to test that. But I'm sure someone else did a video testing that feature. I'll start with the pros and then I'll go into the cons. Pro number 1, it was very easy to install. I installed the tablet installer, not the driver. Or did I do both? I'm not sure. But it was much easier than the last install. It came up with this nice little pop-up, and I was able to change the express keys and everything. It was pretty easy. And I didn't even have to uninstall my Huion driver either. The pen is very responsive and has a very good activation pressure. I think I might even say that it has a better activation pressure than my screen tablet, which obviously cost a lot more. And of course, there's no surprise, it has over 8,000 levels of pressure sensitivity. That's kind of the norm now. The surface of the tablet feels very good to draw on. The tiny little bit of resistance was very satisfying. Rather than the wires being plugged into the top and sticking out, it actually is bent to the side, which is perfect because that's how I had it resting. So you didn't have to worry about the wire bending and then eventually not working. Also, this time there is a battery-free pen, which is great because nothing takes you out of the drawing zone than having to charge your pen. I have this problem all the time with my Apple Pencil because I have the first generation Apple Pencil, so I can't just plop it to the side. But every tablet has cons, so let's just go into the cons real quick. There's not very many. The drawing area is just a tiny bit too small for me. I prefer smaller pen tablets to bigger pen tablets because having a bigger distance actually does hurt your arm after a while with how much your arm has to travel, but smaller pen tablets do have the problem of accuracy, especially since I'm using quite a big screen. The next con is that I'm not really used to a pen tablet workflow. For my usual workflow, I use an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil, and at my desktop I use a screen tablet. So I'm not really used to using pen tablets anymore. They're still a very valid tablet, obviously. And I would, of course, recommend that if you're just starting out with digital art, that you use a pen tablet and not a screen tablet because, the investment. But because I'm not used to the workflow anymore, I was slowed down quite a bit. And also my hand wasn't really used to, the precise movements I'd have to make anymore. So my hand ended up cramping quite a lot. I think if I took more breaks and also if I had used it for longer, the problem probably would have gone away. But using it for a matte part, that did trip me up a little bit. My last con, like I said, there's not a lot. There's only 3 cons. My last con is that the express buttons are on the top. I can only really think of 3 shortcuts to apply to 4 of the buttons. So I had one for undo, one to increase the brush size, and one to decrease the brush size, but I didn't map the 4th one because I wasn't really sure what to map it to. I usually actually use modifier keys rather than straight up shortcut, so I'd have to be able to use the pen and press the button, and that just wasn't working for me. But luckily, because the tablet is really small, you can set it off to the side of your keyboard and still use keyboard shortcuts instead. Or you can do what I did and also use a tiny little shortcut remote. But that had its own problems, but I think that's more to do with my computer's Bluetooth receiver not being that great. Overall, I say this tablet is very good for beginners because it's cheap, and like I said, I definitely recommend getting started in digital art with a pen tablet rather than a pen display. I'd like to thank GAOMON for sending me this tablet, and I hope to work again with them in the future. Peace!